Hello everyone, this is Andres here. Today I'm going to be talking about that I attended to orientation at UCF a couple weeks ago. So before I'm going to be talking about it, I'm going to be talking about the good news I have. So I just got accepted. My good news is that I just got accepted to my journalism major with a minor in theater at UCF. Thankfully, I got accepted in 2 months ago, and I will be starting my course on the 18th of August. I'm so excited for it, thank God. So I still need to purchase my textbooks, so we'll get through it later. So without further ado, let's get to the topic. First, I'm going to be talking about that I attended to orientation at UCF. So I went to student union at UCF for orientation. That's where the orientation is for the students to learn about how it's like UCF. Additionally, I went to the third floor for discussions about financial aid. I went on the second floor to meet new students. Which, like I said, 2 times. I went back to the first floor for eating free lunch with the orientation leader and meeting new students, which is good. I listened to the advisors explaining on the board. We took a orientation survey. Lastly, you have registered for courses. So for my next this fall course for this month, I'm going to be taking Principles of Journalism, which is during tonight. So it starts at 6 p.m. The class starts at 6 p.m. through, and it ends at 8:50 p.m. So I'm so excited that I do not have to worry about school until the night. So my first time taking night course, like I said in the other video before. So let's get back to the topic. Like I said before, I have to take a night course on Monday, unfortunately, which is, I like taking day courses, but sometimes I'm gonna have to take night courses because every journalism student is required to take night courses sometime in a while. So remember that. Sometimes I'm gonna have to take night courses because it's a requirement for my journalism program. So every journalism student has to take night courses once in a while. So hope you all understand that. That's how journalism program is. So if those of you that attend to UCF like me, you gotta have to take night courses once in a while. So that's life. Although we don't like it, that is part of life. So I know that that's a requirement for journalism program at UCF. So if you all keep that in mind, those of you go to UCF. If those of you are in competitive programs like me, again, sometimes you're gonna have to take night courses. You guys have no other choice. So for my next course, I'm going to be taking theater, which is called Development of Theater. So I already met the prerequisite for my theater courses, so I'm good to go. So I already took my 2 corporate theater courses from my previous university, which is called real estate. So one of the theater courses were transferable, and one of them were kind of general electives. So I noticed that some of the theater courses might not be transferable. Remember that, because I mind that when you transfer for your previous university to UCF, remember that some theater courses might not be transferable, including for journalism. Remember that. If it was similar, it might be transferable. If it's not similar, it might be transferable. Always remember that, to keep that in mind. If it's not transferable, it's gonna have to count as a general elective course. Remember that. In order to have the courses transferable, remember that to update the syllabus right after orientation, so you guys can know which one is transferable or not. Remember that some of the courses might not be transferable. Always remember to keep that in mind. Remember that if journalism courses are similar, it might be transferable. If it's not similar, it might not be transferable, as well as for theater courses, as well as for writing courses by itself. Remember that. If it's not transferable, it might be kind of as general elective courses. Remember that. Guys, don't freak out about it, because if it's not transferable, remember that it can still count as general elective courses. Remember that. Guys, don't freak out, because it's not the end of the world if it's not transferable. You guys can still take the same course all over again. It depends on what kind of major that you guys study, so remember that. Take the advice I'm gonna give you guys, because this is my advice I'm gonna give you, because I've been through this process many times. So I've been transfer credits from state to state for another 2 to 4 years. and most of them are transferable, and some of them kind of as in elective courses. Remember that if you guys go through the same thing as me, do not forget about it. Don't worry about it. Remember to make sure to talk to your advice about it, UCF. If you guys remember that, to keep in mind that some journalism courses might not be transferable, but so also do the courses by itself. Remember that. Always keep that in mind when you go through the process when you transfer credits from state to state, because every state university is different. You have no control over that. Always remember that. So the second advice is going to give you for orientation at UCF. I'm so glad that I meet new people. I'm so glad that I meet new advisors, new students, even some members as well. Same thing for orientation leaders as well. Thank you, Lord, that is very helpful for me to get through orientation at UCF and explain to me how it's like. Thank you, Lord. And I took pictures of it as well, so I can know how UCF is like. So I'm wearing a UCF t-shirt today. This is why I'm talking about the orientation at UCF. So I'm wearing a t-shirt just now. So because I just completed the orientation survey, as I said before in the other video. So remember that if you guys have your black bracelet and if you guys have completed the orientation survey, you guys show them your bracelet, and then you will receive the UCF t-shirt right after the orientation. So remember that, show them your bracelet, and then they will give you the t-shirt. So remember that. Remember to keep it in mind when you go to UCF orientation. So I'm so glad that I have my UCF t-shirt from orientation right after it's over. And I took the survey, and I showed them the bracelet, and then I got the UCF t-shirt. Thank God, I feel blessed. I have my previous UCF t-shirt over there in the closet box. So it was 6 years ago that I bought it. So remember that to keep that in mind when you go to the orientation at UCF. Even when you transfer credits from state to state for another 2 to 3 years, whatever you decide to get your degree in. So remember that every state university school is different. Take that for consideration. So that's all I'm gonna talk about for orientation at UCF, how I was learning from it, how I was doing. So if you guys want to be friends, just subscribe to this channel so you guys can get notifications. Again, I was gonna give thanks to you for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. So I got 61 subscribers, which is good. If you guys haven't done it yet, remember that to subscribe to the channel so you guys can get notifications. So next weekend, I'm not gonna permanently be posting videos because I'm gonna be busy working my book, second book, or I'll be busy paying for my certificate course as well. So remember to keep that in mind. So I'll see you guys in the next video when I learn my lessons at UCF. So I'm going to be learning my lessons for principles of journalism, and I'm going to be learning my lessons for the development of theater, which is very exciting. So stay tuned for the videos that I'm going to be posting about what design I learned for week terms and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing the same thing, just like in variable states. So remember, you the boys. So I'm so glad to be back home, and I'm back to reality. And thankfully, I don't have to move to another state anymore. So my dad just retired from the U.S. Army. He served in the U.S. Army for 22 years. Thank you, Lord, and I'm so happy for him. He's gonna find another job that's called project management for this man. So my dad is passed away for that, so it takes time. So just like it takes time for my transfer credits that you see, it's gonna fall for into below this. So remember that. So have you guys in this video? If you guys, before I'm going to be saying that, I have to let you guys know that if you guys want to be friends on social media, just follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, so you guys can message me, or you guys can let me know if you're going to see all the videos. So remember that if you have any questions, just comment down right below, so then you know guys are going to see all the videos. So please let me know that I'm going to see. Sorry. Can't talk very well, so if you guys want to have questions, just comment down below so you guys can let me know where you're gonna see all the videos. So if there's videos recommended for me for the videos, just comment down below. So I'll be happy guys to answer your comments whenever I can. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next video for the week term lesson. So thanks for watching. Peace out.